Hello YouTube, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and here with another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my cohort and co-host, Joe. Say hi, Joe. He's not a morning person, is he? But yes, you're not seeing things. It is in the morning, where it usually would be at night. You see, YouTube was having some problems and doing some maintenance, so I was unable to load my review last night. So I'm recording this early Thursday morning. Tuesday morning, Tuesday. I'm sorry for the flub. So anyway, let's get to our Raw review from last night. Last night we opened with CM Punk and Jerry the King Lawler on commentator duty. Noticeably absent from his seat is Michael Cole. Cole comes out to the ring, pontificating, saying that he wasn't responsible for his actions because I felt that the Miz was like a son to me. I am the only person who believed in him, and I didn't want to see him. I got caught up in the moment, and it's your fault, Jerry the King Lawler. You're a reporter. You're supposed to report on the news, not make it. It's all about you. And King was very few moments said he was going to get up there and basically do plastic surgery on Michael Cole with his fist until the GM chimes in. Of course, Michael Cole, being the cowardly bitch that he is, doesn't want to go outside the ring for fear of Jerry the King Lawler performing facial surgery on him with his fist. So CM Punk does the duty, which gets a huge pop from the crowd. Even though he's supposed to be heel commentator, the fans love Punk. Anyway, the GM says that there will be no physicality between Cole and the King, and that the King was forced to have to shake Cole's hand in the middle of the ring. Reluctantly, Jerry gets in the ring and shakes Cole's slimy little Ms. Jizz covered hand. But before he lets it go, he says that someone else, he may not be able to touch him, but somebody else might have something to say about that. Who else but the rapist, Randy Orton. And he's got rape in his eyes. And Cole is shitting himself. He just looked like he was ready to drop a number 2 right in the ring. Orton goes on to say that he doesn't blame the Miz for what he did. In fact, he said he would do the same thing if he was given the opportunity. But now he's gonna make him regret ever cashing it in on him. Miz and Riley come out. Miz showing why he's awesome by stating that not only will he not defend the title tonight, but he will have to. But thanks to the GM, the next time he will defend it will be in 2 weeks at TLC, and he will get to pick the stipulation for the match. Meanwhile, all the while, Alex Riley shoots his mouth off. Why? I don't know. He challenges Randy to get a ride up. Orton says he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but agrees to kick his ass anyway. But before he leaves the ring, he does what I consider the single greatest moment in the history of Raw, if not professional wrestling. RKO. On Cole. Yes! Take that, you fucker. Yeah, take that, you cocksucking whore. Yeah, take it. Take it all, yeah. God, I need a cigarette after that. Oh, yeah. I enjoyed that. So thanks to Randy Orton, not only does he RKO to Michael Cole, but we don't have to deal with him for the rest of the show. So no Miz cocksucking, no Bryan Danielson hate, nothing. But the downside is he's replaced by Josh Matthews, who I felt was a little bit over his head in the whole Raw situation. He just flubbed it a few times, and you could tell Jerry and Punk weren't exactly approving of him. They could have got Matt Striker. Say what you want about Matt Striker's knowledge, he's entertaining on a commentary. He's just entertaining. First matchup of the night. Mixed tag match between Daniel Bryan and one of the Bellas, I really don't care which, versus boring Ted DiBiase and Maryse. The match was boring, and that's saying something coming from a guy like Daniel Bryan. But it ends with the Bellas doing their twin thing and picking up the pin on Maryse. They leave with Bryan Danielson, whose game is top notch. then is chewed out by Ted, but she does the hand thing, and well, she kicked him to the curb. I'd almost feel sorry for Ted, you know. Oh, what else? Next up, we receive word that Wade Barrett is going to do an interview from a secret location because he's scared of John Cena jumping him repeatedly. So I'm sorry if I get the order of these mixed up. My memory's hazy on the matter, but anyway, they go to an interview with with Wade Barrett, but it turns out it's not Barrett, but David Starscream Otunga. Otunga says that stating that he's in a hotel room and states that the Nexus has a plan for Mr. Cena. The door doesn't knock at the door. Otunga's ready and prepared to fight when it's revealed it's just the room service guy who gives him his food. The food is cold and Otunga throws the guy out even though the guy asks to pay for the food. There's another knock on the door and as he's thinking that it's the same bellhop, opens and surprise, motherfucker! John Cena jumps him. Husky Harris then comes out from somewhere, but he's no match for Super Jesus Cena as he utterly lays waste to the fat guy. Poor Husky. Anyway, if I'm missing anything, please let me know. I believe the next match is for the WWE Tag Team titles between the champions, Gabriel and Heath Slater, versus Mark Henry and Yoshitatsu, versus the Usos, versus the team of Vladimir Kozlov and Santino Marella. Fatal 4-way elimination. I really couldn't give a shit about this match. Why? Because the WWE Tag Division is dead. They have no name tag teams. And before any of you say anything about that shit about the Usos, let me put it to you like this. The Usos went down to the fucking Cobra. They're dead. And after last night, and after the previous night of having the Motor City Machine Guns and the Young Bucks nearly kill themselves in the TLC match, I couldn't really care much about this match. Long story short, thanks to Cena, whom CM Punk calls Grimace because all he saw was a purple thing come out of the ring, which is funny. Kozlov and Santino become the new tag champs, with Tamina celebrating with them. Now, congratulations to Kozlov for getting his first bit of gold, but still, those titles don't matter anymore. Pitiful. We move on to the coronation of the new king, the Lobster King, Sheamus, who comes out wearing the most ridiculous crown I've ever seen. John Morrison comes out and says that even though he agrees that that Sheamus has had more accolades than him, even though he's been here for pretty much over a year, he's still the better man, which I agree. It devolves into a brawl, which leaves the Shaman of Sexy standing tall over King Lobsterhead. Go ahead, look up Sheamus and Lobsterhead. You'll get it. Let's see. What was it? Move on to the. I don't want to even get into the divas. The divas bore me. And it's just more lay cool foolishness. I mean, it's just terrible. Let's see. Damn. Excuse me for blanking out here for a minute. I'm trying to remember. What else? I'll just go over the moments that I remember in my head. Next, we go up to the one of the main events, I think. Randy Orton versus Alex Riley. Now, even though he is injured legitimately in the neck, they still focus on his injured leg. Orton still pulls off a hell of a match, and he beats Riley like he stole something. Then Miz jumps in the ring, gives Orton the skull-crushing finale, and said he's going to show him what type of match they're going to have at TLC, which is the T part, tables match, as he pulls out a table and prepares to put Randy through it. Randy fights him off, and Miz runs away like a scalded dog. And Randy's like, If I can't rape you, then I'm raping you. And just goes after Alex Riley, putting him through the table and looking all the more viperish for it. I'm looking forward to this match. Anyway, we're cutting to the closing end of the show as Wade Barrett tries to rally the troops of Nexus behind him as he prepares to call Cena out to the ring. He comes to the ring with Nexus at the entranceway, preparing to jump to the ring, and he calls Cena, who appears out of the audience like fucking David Blaine. He gets in the ring and he says, "Oh no, it's you want, Cena. You want me to give you your title, your job back, so me and you can wrestle again. Well, it's not gonna work." And Cena's like, "I don't want you to wrestle. I don't want to get back my job. I like being fired. That way I can still fuck with the rest of you till the cows come home. But if I did get my job back, then all I'd have to do is just stop focusing my attacks on Nexus and come after you, Marble Mouth." Barrett, of course, sees this as a threat and decides to call in Nexus. Nexus finally has had enough of Megatron, so they join with Starscream and they burn out on him, leaving Wade Barrett totally and completely at the mercy of John Cena as he utterly beats him down within an inch of his life. Which also leads to one of the most hilarious scenes I've ever seen. Now, even without coming near the table, Punk is saying like, "Cena, John, please, my diet soda. Cena comes over to the table, rips all the computers and the stuff off the table. But then he picks up Punk's diet soda and hands it to him, which Punk immediately throws away. And then he FUs Barrett through the table. And then he's celebrating. He gives Punk one of his armbands. Punk immediately throws it away. Punk really hating on Cena at this point. So the show ends with Cena claiming his victory. Overall, I'd say my verdict, not exactly what they're used to, but still pretty entertaining. It could have been better. The matches felt a little bit dragged on. The tag title match was really meaningless. Even the Divas match was, as good as it was, felt overshadowed by lay fools talking and shit. But we still got Punk's commentary and Michael Cole eating it. RKO, raped, knocked out, owned. Did you enjoy that, Joe? Joe hates Cole as much as everyone else. So that's my Raw review for the week. I'm considering doing an NXT review, seeing as how this is a new season and no, those fucking divas are not on it anymore. So I might do one tonight, I might not, so I'm still up in the air. But I'll definitely do one for this Thursday. And hopefully Jeff Hardy will be stripped of his title because he's a drug-addled coke fiend who really doesn't need the title. So till then, it's shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe saying see you later in the squared circle. Laters.